Hey guys, how you doing? It's Tom Breeze here from tombreeze.com, and in this video I'm looking for your input. I'm looking for your points of view, and I want to find out what you really think about this particular subject. You see, I'm in the middle of writing a book right now around the importance of public speaking. It's a question that I get a lot. A lot of people will come up to me and say, well Tom, why is public speaking so important? And my typical response, the response that I used to come out with, was that as soon as you stand in front of any size group, you're instantly perceived as the expert, as the person with all the knowledge. And so if you can impart that knowledge and teach your crowd something, they're going to be instantly listening to that, and you'll be able to build your credibility, respect and authority, become the leader, and as a result you'll attract success. Now, whatever you do, at some point in your career, you'll be required to speak to a larger audience. And when that happens, if you get it right, you can be that person that does attract that success. Now, that's very, very true, and I still kind of stand by that answer, and I think it's very important. However, something came up recently which has started to play on my mind and got me thinking in a slightly different way. I was watching a program on BBC. It's called The Case for God, and in this program there was the chief rabbi, Lord Sachs, and he was answering all those really tough questions about religion. Now, I don't want to go into a religious debate here because that's not what it's all about. But he was asked a question around the Holocaust and why did God not intervene? Now, okay, I definitely don't want to go down the religious route on this at all. And of course, I don't want to talk about the Nazi Germany, etc. That's not what this video is all about. What I want to do is I want to understand a little bit further about what happened here, because of course I can understand crowds to a certain extent. So, for example, in the case of Nazi Germany, Hitler would have been standing there presenting or speaking to groups and getting them to change the way that they think, feel, the way they change their beliefs, and thus the way that they behave. And obviously, in a crowd, that can happen. And I get the idea of social proof. As soon as you're there, and if you're in a crowd yourself, if there's people that are around you who you get on with, who you like, and you have rapport with, if they're being influenced by something, the chances are you'll be influenced by that as well. The idea of social proof is that if someone else is doing it, I want to do it as well. Something like a real trivial case might be something like your energy bills. If you're paying your gas bill and you don't know who to go with, typically you'll find out who your neighbours with, who your family with, who your friends with, and as a result you'll go with the same company to supply your gas. I hope that makes sense. So we just rely on the people around us, and as a result they can influence our behaviours. Now, I understand that to a certain extent when it comes to even Nazi Germany, it's just an extreme level of that. But there's also kind of more information that I think we can gather from this point. It's not just about the influence from other people, it's how they influence us. How can other people around us get us to change our minds so quickly, and likewise so dramatically as well? How is it that with Nazi Germany, and we can look at, for instance, like the Milgram studies as well, when they were getting people to electrocute people, etc. And there's almost all this background knowledge about this, but what is it specifically? If we really hone down on it, what is it that's going on? And this is the point where I want to ask you your opinion, because I'm sure that you've been in a crowd before and acted differently in that crowd than you would have if you were by yourself. For instance, I know that I go and watch a lot of soccer or football in the UK, and when I go and watch my team, which is Chelsea, there'll be songs that are sung. Now, some of these songs are quite controversial, but I will own up, and I have sung those songs as well. I know the lyrics to those songs, and I have sung them before. And this is the thing, is that I would never ever sing them outside of that crowd. And is that because of safety in numbers? Probably yes. For me it is. But what about those people that start those songs? What are those people who need that significance to stand there and almost stand there, start those songs off? What's going on for those people? Is it safety in numbers, or are they looking to stand out? And so I'm kind of calling on you now to kind of supply me with some of your experiences that you may have had. Times where you may have been in crowds and been influenced in the way that you think, feel, behave, believe, all these different things that you might have influenced as a result of the people around you, as a result of the leaders in that group potentially as well. And of course, this could be anything to do with such like fashion. So fashion is a classic. We always go into situations where we might see our friends wearing something new. If we like it, everyone else will start wearing that as well. But sometimes they go beyond the boundary. Sometimes they'll wear something that we don't all agree with. As a result, we will not wear that, and we'll kind of almost not bully them, but we'll tease them about it, and so they won't wear it again. So there's obviously something going on here, and I want to just get loads of information from you guys. So all I want you to do is look below this video and fill in a comment, leave your comments there, because it's really interesting for me, because I'm going to be using this material to influence my book about the importance of public speaking. And if I use your point of view, of course you'll be referenced in this book as well as a thank you to you guys. So all I want you to do is fill in kind of the comments below. Give me more insight about the experiences that you have had, or potentially people around you that have had. And I think this is going to be kind of almost groundbreaking, not only for myself but also for science and how we perceive the importance and the power of the crowd. Thanks very much.